Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. I'm here with Mr. Dudu. He's the owner of BITAZAI Online, and how about you talk about yourself?
I'm currently 16-year-old. I live in Denmark, and I've been game developing for around 1 to 4 years. I don't know the perfect time.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, so like my other videos, I'm pretty much gonna ask Dudu some questions, and he's gonna respond to best of his ability. Let's get started with the first question. So, what inspired you to make a Roblox game, and like why SAO?
Well, I've been game developing for a while, and I always liked the idea of open world game. I always got interested in games like, for example, I would say Deep Poken and making Rogue Lineage. I always liked the idea of being open world to the point where you can do whatever you want and how you want, and overall just exploration type. The reason I got inspired by SAO is because SAO had a large variety of content that could be used towards the game. For example, SAO, you could do a living system. You could do basically everything. There's actually no barriers. For example, as you are doing a My Hero Academia game, that you gotta follow the school and you gotta follow everything. In SAO, there's no barriers that you need to follow because it's basically just an open world RPG.
SAO is like pretty much a open world RPG, so it has like limitless and possibilities. I do believe that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can always do whatever you want and whenever you want, and that was one of the reasons why I chose SAO as my main concept, like behind almost everything.
Okay, got it. Okay, so the next question is, how long has this game been in like development?
The game is developing for around, I think, 1 to 2 years now, but it got changed multiple times. The first time we started the game, we were just planning, so I would say we planned for around 8-9 months, and then started the game. But we went for a realistic look. I don't think I have old sneaks anymore, but you could probably find on YouTube. And we went for extreme realism, but we didn't like the idea of being so realistic, so we decided to change later on. And I would say BITAZAI itself has been developing for around max 6 to 7 months now, around that. Like actual full development, I think, yeah.
When you like started planning, was it like just you, or did you have like a group of people who wanted to like make this game?
In the start, it was just us, me and not two people. They are called Kama and Friend. Both of them were around, they are way older than us. They are around 20, 22. I decided as a joke, we started just saying, yo, we should make a game that would be so revolutionary to the point that Roblox people would like be surprised at how good it looks. After that, we started looking at that, and we're like, okay, maybe we should take some animated concept, because anime was booming at that time. And we decided to take SAO because it would be the best of all kind of isekais in a way, and will be the one I like the idea the most. Also one that is very well known, so it wouldn't be hard to grow out of it.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't like much SAO games like right now. I know there's like a few that's in development that looks really good, and your game, for example, does look really good. So I'm pretty hyped for like, I know you don't have any like release day and all that, but I'm pretty hyped when the game drops.
Well, I know there's other games, and of course I know Ace game, Blade Out Online. I'm a big fan of it. We are pretty good friends and allies in some way. But we are planning of making a stress test or somewhat of a pre-alpha by summer.
Okay, got it.
Just something that we could test bugs out of it.
Okay, so the next question is, what keeps you like motivated on working the game?
What keeps me, well, I think what got me motivated to work on this game was the idea that I would have infinite choices to do towards the game, and how much I could make this work out of Roblox. I also seen that Roblox games have been dry lately, because it's always the same concept. They've been using the same idea again and again, as we can see from most One Piece games. Always the same thing. You go for a fruit, you get a fruit, you level up, and it's a Benny beater most of the times.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy on like how like those One Piece game gets like so much players, yet like they follow the same format. I feel like
it's because they mostly follow the same format because it's a pay-to-win format. Like, you know that whatever you do, you will get players doing that. That's why they mostly use it, because they are mostly going for profit over quality.
Okay. So the next question is, what problem did you like encounter while making the game, and how did you solve it?
Well, I encountered multiple problems making this game, as from finding developers and overall funding the game. But later on it became better, as I started learning more about development itself and how I could make work. And I currently own a script that only works for me and for my team. And from there, it just got up and up. And I got a lot of friends that helped me towards the journey and towards making this better and overall a good game. So I think we had a lot of problems, but we got over it as the time went.
Okay. So how do you come up with like ideas for like whenever the game drops, like for updates and like stuff?
I have a concept manager that makes, and I also have the community. Community posts concepts daily. There's multiple people who are making concepts daily, and I'm taking those concepts into consideration and using them, and of course crediting them, saying, okay, this concept will be used in the game, and we thank you. Okay. And of course we have a concept manager and artist that will draw any concept needed. For example, if I need a monster, I will tell him details, and he will draw a sketch, and then that model will make it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so next question is, will like controller players or like mobile players like be able to play this game, or is this like only exclusive
console will be 100% playable, but I'm still thinking about mobile players, as it's a really aggressive game for computer and console. Of course the console can handle it, but the game is going for extreme graphics and like extreme gameplay, and there's a lot of content, so I don't know if a mobile would be able to handle it. But the idea we have is, if we manage to make it so the graphics are lower as possible and so it's playable on a mobile phone, we'll 100% add it to mobile.
Okay, got it. So did you have any like past experience before making this game?
I've worked on multiple games before this. A couple of them have dropped, as Clover Rebirth 2, and I also I'm currently working on the new project for Clover. And I also worked a couple of projects here and there that I learned a lot about game developing and game owning and overall everything.
Okay, got it. So for like the progression of the game when it drops, how do you want the progression to like look like?
We want to make an innovative progression into the game. So for example, we want to make so the game won't be a penny beater in some way. We want to make as much side quests and as much storyline that the game will take a lot of time to go from floor to floor, because the current games you just do 2 quests and you go to another floor, as you can see in Sword Bus and as you can see as other games. You just make a lot of like 2 things and you can go to the next floor.
I see.
Here is gonna be focused, so the time that it will take in each floor will be immense. So we will be around, I don't know, the map is really big, so it's just exploration will take a long time, and the things that we'll need to next floor is gonna be specific. So it'll mostly be like an exploration type thing. So you will need a lot of time into this for you to be able to go to the next floor. And no, just there's not gonna be any benefit. It's gonna be more of actual RPG.
So my next question is, going back to like day one of like development, do you think there's like anything you probably would have done like differently and stuff?
I mean, I did start the game as a setting realistic, and the idea was to make this game extreme realistic. But then while exploring the game, I saw that I like my building style wouldn't work with that. I like a lot stylized, and I was like, maybe I should just remake the game, and I did. I remade the whole game and the whole concept behind it. And then, of course, we also got the idea that we need to change a lot of the stuff that we did before. For example, we wanted to have a custom lore that does not follow SAO lore. The game does not follow SAO lore at all. It has its own lore. It's just the concept behind it that it's used. The concept is used as SAO, but of course we have a different lore and different story that will continue towards the game that it will learn to while you play.
Okay, got it. So my next question is, what do you think like makes a perfect game for you?
I think our main goal with this game is really bring the players together, because from currently what I've seen with all games as GPO and others is they focus on making money out of the game, and they focus more overall at not making so the game is actually enjoyable. They just want to make so the game is okay. What I'm trying to push with this game is make a life simulation. I'm trying to push with this game a world that's actually the RPG. So the game will include cooking, forging, animal hunting. It will include every single thing that was in SAO, from marriage to everything. That's why we are taking real long to make this game, because we want to make it to perfection, to the point that you can actually make a life out of the game. There's house building, there is apartments. You can actually, for example, let's say you're really good at cooking and your cooking level is really high. You can make foods for others and trade with them. For example, if you're one their armor and they are a forger, they forge armors or weapons, you can make a trade with them. So it will be certain a community that will have to grow for the game to work. So it will be exact life inside of it.
So my other question is, so with like, since like in SAO there are trading and stuff, do you feel like the game one day will sort of become like a trading simulator and all that? Because if you know like YBA, you know that they added like skins and stuff, and the game is pretty much a...
I wouldn't say it's a trading simulator, but the benefit they are giving benefits to others. For example, if your friend is really good at the game and he's a best forger and he can make really high level armors, I think that you could, of course, you can't use armors that are lower than your level, but what you can do is, for example, let's say, oh, I really like that sword he has, and he's a person who can craft that sword. So you can make a deal, for example, with your friends or with even a player, because this game we're just trying to really grow a community, is, oh, I'll get you the ingredients and you forge it for me. Because you need to explore the world to get ingredients for cooking, for forging, you need certain ores. For example, if they say, I need this ore and it's found on floor 2 at this place. So you'll need to go there and mine it and then give it back to them so they can craft what you want. So it'll be basically like a life simulation in a way.
So another question is that, so you're in like the Blade Art Online server, correct?
Yes.
So what do you think makes your game like different from like Blade Art Online?
I think from what I've talked with Ace, as he's a good friend of mine, our games are very different but very close because we are pushing for the same goal, but we are not pushing for the same way of making it. Ace is pushing for a way that, I don't know, I haven't seen how Ace's games looking like. I don't know what he's pushing for exactly, but I know he's pushing for creativity, and overall he's pushing more for a strong gameplay. He's pushing exactly for more, I would say, quality. I'm pushing more for a certain... We're not pushing for the same goal. Basically, I'm pushing more for a life simulation in a way. Like, I'm trying to make a game that will have a life inside of it, and you can live basically in there. And yeah, I think he's pushing more for the SAO look itself.
Got it.
That's what I think, but I'm not really sure, of course. I don't know what he's pushing for, but we are basically pushing more for storyline itself.
Okay.
Like, for you can make your own story and grow your own story.
Alright, and that's pretty much it for the questions. So, like, do you have anything else you want to say to, like, the viewers who are, like, watching this video?
I mean, what I want to say is, if you guys want to start a game, go for it. It's, of course, going to take long, but you guys got to learn, and it will overall be an amazing experience.
And I do, like, feel like you're pretty talented for, like, a 16-year-old to, like the scripts and, like, all that for, like,
Yes.
video game. It's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that, but I've liked game developing for a while. I've been game developing since I'm around 9 to 10 years old. Not Roblox, but overall game developing. I started on other like Rampie and stuff. But right now, I really like the idea of Roblox and what you can do with it. That's why I think I got so good at it over time.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just want to thank you for like joining me for this video and like all that.
Of course, bro, of course.
And with that said, I'm probably gonna end off the video here, and I hope everyone has like an awesome day, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.
See ya.